Welcome to Damned DIY. We are School of the Damned, an alternative arts and education platform in the UK. We are decentralised, unfunded and collectively run. In this series we're exploring DIY spaces across the UK, and today we're at 100 Years Gallery in East London. All the sounds coming up have been recorded and performed here.
Aziz Nasser. I've been coming here for the past 6 to 7 years in this place. I'm an artist and I am a poet as well. This place provides me with a forum as an artist and as a poet to get my work exposed to the few people who come around this place. It's a nice place, it's quite friendly, and I did exhibit here in 2022. It was an exposure for my work. It's the only place where I think in the past 5, 6, 7 years I exhibited my work. Also, I have recited some of my poems here. I am a poet. I have over 400 poems which I have written. I have a book which I have written as well, a small book. Poetry books, and I have about 7 manuscripts which I intend to publish. I can tell you that about 4 years ago, I was homeless, and I was coming here as well during the daytime, and I was attending the concerts downstairs, and I was listening to the music, sometimes closing my eyes, and the music itself, it is quite an experimental music. It is like an abstract music, fragmented, like I told your friend. It is like a collage art, which is made into an abstract art. It's unpredictable. It is completely, hasn't got any recognizable pattern to it. Perhaps it's the main aspect of it is spontaneous, impulsive in nature, impressionist in nature, and I think as I told you, when I used to come there, I was thinking that that music was theming my own condition by then. I thought that was made for me, that music.
my name is Monse Gallego, and I opened this place, 100 Years Gallery, almost 14 years ago. And as a gallery space, but also with the idea of having a very communal space where all kind of artists and different fields arts could enjoy and come together and experiment. So we start having exhibitions because for the past 10 years before I have been working as a curator. And so that was the starting point. At the same time, I knew that this wasn't going to be a commercial gallery, and it was going to be difficult to run it and to sustain it. So I opened it with a small cafe, and at the beginning I started doing food, breakfast, lunch. I used to work 12, 15 hours per day, 6 days per week, and I did that for a couple of years, and then I started having help, and slowly the thing went evolving and becoming less too much, because it was too much. I knew by experience that exhibitions normally they have a crowd on the opening day, and the rest of the time are empty. Mainly also spaces that are not commercial. So I wanted to have the space active. I wanted people who came to the cafe to also have the experience of having seen an exhibition or going downstairs and see whatever was happening. So it was basically from the very first group show that we had. We started having evenings with events in which the artist brought ideas, performances, or invited other people to do performances. We also had talks, we also had poetry. So little by little we were just joining forces.
I think I came about 3 months after it opened. I came to play in backing music for a Spanish performance artist called Shelis del Toro, who was playing a broken trumpet, and I was one of about 4 people who improvised along with that part of an installation called The Solitaires by a guy called Jim Sanders.
And then after a while, I saw myself running the space alone. That wasn't planned, and I needed help. So I asked him to do it, and he started running the program from then.
I kind of infiltrated the gallery. I wormed my way in to the structure of the gallery gradually.
photography or installations basically always have been linked to improvisation or to experimental whatever. So I think it goes very well. The spirit is basically the same. I think it was in 2020, an artist, friend of us that lives very nearby, she brought a big project here about, she was recording the sounds of the building because she lives in this estate. So she recorded, she plays microphones all over her flat, and she brought those sounds in the form of big boxes, 4 big boxes placed in the basement with all the sound of those recordings, and they were the sounds of the train, the sound of the street, the sounds of the children. It was all together, the sounds of the gutters, the sounds of the house.
We set up a small 8-track studio during the lockdowns just to have something to do, and we started to put out CDs and digital downloads to raise a bit of money for the 14 months that we were forced to be closed, because the basement has its own sort of specific concrete bunker type reverb, which a lot of people find quite conducive to creative activity. The basement's a standard council-built commercial property concrete box, 8.5 metres by 4.5 metres by 2.45 metres, with pipe running across the middle of the ceiling and a vertical pipe 2/3 of the way back. It backs onto a car park and bin sheds, and it's accessible by a steep wooden staircase.
I don't know, because I always liked, since I was a child, I wanted to have a staircase, and that is the one. and I painted in red, black, as an anarchist sign, and I really love to sit there and watch the performances from there. For me, the basement is a magical place. From the very beginning, it's very peculiar. It has some kind of spirits working there. I really like it. It's also, it could be a bunker. I don't know, it has a circle on the floor somewhere. I don't know. We have posted so many things there that it's impossible to get in there and don't feel anything at all. I don't know. We have had musicians feel after playing saying there was someone else in here. So.
Martes 5 de mayo del año 2015. La hiedra está confundida, está brotando roja. Siente que es otoño en lugar de primavera. Amnesia y memoria. Cañas mallorquinas reeds, el vino dino, tiempos de eclipse. Romano La Plata, portero visor. La azafata mundi llama a la puerta, pero el viejo está durmiendo con las manos negras y el chándal blanco, impoluto. Diario del autobús. Los pasajes oscuros y el dolor repentino en la pierna. Cosas, los números, los perros desapareciendo, el autobús parado, roto, arreglado. Marcha, marcha. La gente acostada en los jardines, sobre camas de pétalos rosas y blancos. Pasé el otro día por detrás de esas casas oscuras y me alegré de encontrar árboles y flores en absoluto silencio. Subo la calle mirando las nubes y me acuerdo y tengo hambre del Polo Norte y la mano abierta. El alcalde vive en Islington y es un cerdo criminal en bicicleta azul y rojas Santander. Mirar la ciudad es casi siempre una agonía, reflejando nuestra muerte incesante. Cada vez hay más rincones pequeños que estarán cerrados y muertos en un año o dos, pero lo intentan porque no hay otra salida. Se nos hace glorioso soñar entre tanto ruido de grúas y supermercados y gigantescos shopping centers. Subo hacia la colina con un alma enferma al comienzo de mayo, mi mes preferido por los patos felices. No somos más que un fabricado producto y nos consumimos los unos a los otros. Hasta yo me he comido los muertos del terremoto en el Himalaya y el repentino odio en los ojos de mi hijo cuando me gritó y me echó de su casa un día antes de que el planeta temblase. Y todo este vómito quiere salir por algún lado y es esa la náusea que siento cada día al despertar y mi diarrea. Y ya estoy llegando al fin de este viaje, subiendo despacio la cuesta del portal alto.
it goes together. It doesn't interfere. So we can have a show on the walls, and at the same time the musicians can come and perform. There is no barriers there. It's good. I think it's the best.
Yeah, I don't see linear developments. I see cycles of different phases of people doing different types of exploration, but it tends to keep coming round.
I feel, yes, some affinity with this place. Artistically, it inspires me as an artist when I come here. Even sitting with people around this, talking to people and so on, there's a great deal of inspiration. There is no doubt. It is multidisciplinary. It is, it's a place where I met people from people from London, people from Japan. They came and they performed here. People from South America. They came and they performed here. People from Holland, Italian people, Spanish people. I met a lot of people here. So this place, it has a role, an international role, you can say. It's more than a local arena. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, I'm Steve Noble, percussionist, and I put on a monthly gig at the 100 Years Gallery. I mean, I did things here before, but not on a regular basis. But the acoustic here is perfect for the percussion setup that I want to use, which is minimal, and the acoustic is very full on. So, for example, when I play at Cafe Otto, I'll take a drum set, maybe, that whole palaver. But down here, it's one drum and lots of percussion, because you can really work with the acoustic. And the people that choose to play with me, it's often to do with their instrument suiting that room. Because of the acoustic here, I bring a specific type of percussion down here, which is one drum basically is a resonator. Lots of cymbals, Tibetan cymbals, Chinese cymbals, gongs. If I used a cliche, it would be it's more abstract. Whereas at other venues, I might use a traditional drum set. Yesterday, we did a recording session at the Vortex Jazz Club, so it's a standard drum set. So I'll vary things. So that would influence me who I invite as well. Obviously, pubs were places that used to be used. That's not DIY, but back rooms in pubs, that's gone. Other venues, as you mentioned earlier, eclectic and places like that, yeah, they're short term because someone's got a future plan 10 years ahead. So what do you do with the building for 10 years? So it's like a lot of the co-op housing that was around, substandard housing, young people come in. It's the same, people are moving out more and more. You used to be able to get spaces in central London. It's gone. But look, Resonance, that started out, I was a director at the LMC, London Musicians Collective, so we set up Resonance, originally I think in the South Bank with a 5-kilometre broadcast, and then it got an official licence or something, I'm not sure, whether it was broadcast or whether it was internet, and then it moved to Soho on Denmark Street, so had a lovely studio there, and then as you probably find out, it's down in London Bridge or south of London Bridge. So that's got to keep moving because of the rent situation. Okay, somewhere like Cafe Otto has got a reputation as the new music venue in London, and the audience for this music completely changed when it opened. It was getting great press in things like Japanese Vogue and everything. It got very fashionable. It's in a fashionable area. They don't compromise with the music, and the music's been the main thing.
미안하겠다책. Սա ընդամենը թերապիայի ընդունված մի ձև է։ Հիվանդները թաղում են իրենց նախ։ Իդեպ, շատ է օգնում։
But if someone's coming to London, they'll look at, Cafe Otto. It's harder, for Graham, he put it online. It's great, you don't have to go around the shops putting posters up anymore, which is what I used to have to do pre-internet. But it's still a secret. I think The Guardian, bless them, did an article a couple of years ago talking about this, about underground music, and then they came to the conclusion that this is underground music. For For me, this is like the music, like if popular culture is a city, and then you got the more fringy stuff, that's a town, and then you got stuff from the village. We're out the village, over the railway tracks, and in the hamlet down the end.
Միանակ ստացեք։ Սա ընդամենը թերապիայի ընդունված մի ձև է։ Հիվանդները թաղում են իրենց վախերը։ Իդեպ, շատ է օգնում։
Hopefully it doesn't keep moving out and out, like a lot of people just living. You know, they'll go from Stoke Newington to Walthamstow to, Norwich. You know, they can't afford it. That's the difficult side. You know, if people want you to pay, it's hard. But I think there's nothing, it's not different now. It's not whether there's a difference between an 80-year-old musician or a 20-year-old. You've got to do it yourself. If you wait, you're going to be waiting.
I just love eclectic music, so this is a perfect place for it. 'Cause you never know quite what you're going to get. I mean, I come here because everybody's really friendly and happy and good beer, and also always good music, interesting stuff. I mean, I started out as a raving punk in the mid-70s. Then I quickly went on to sort of electronic music via sort of Nurse's Wound, Cabaret Voltaire, Throbbing Gristle and bands like that. After that was sort of psychobilly, all these things mixed together. Well, you get all sorts here. I mean, Wednesday night they got a poetry night. A poetry launch of a book. They have sort of books launched here. They have classical music played here. For a space like this to be going for that long, it proves they're sort of hitting the right spot, basically.
Are there any challenges that you think 100 Years will be facing in the coming years as a DIY space?
The main challenge is to find other younger people to continue what we are doing, because in 4 or 5 years, we are in our 60s now, in 4 or 5 years we will be quite tired. Probably I'm still alive and we will be still involved, but I really would like to find young people to carry on with the thing and don't all of the sudden one day just close down. Well, ideally, just bringing projects and working out how can we work together and make revenue, obviously, because so far we have been all these years paying ourselves very little money, and that's why we are still here. So obviously we have had during the year some people volunteering to organize things. We also hired the space for exhibitions, for private parties, so all of that requires a kind of organization and basically just bringing ideas.
You have been listening to Damned DIY, an ongoing archive project by School of the Damned. All of the sounds that you've heard here were recorded at 100 Years Gallery in Hoxton. And you can find all of these recordings at 100yearsgallery.bandcamp.com. And in order of appearance, you have just heard Blue Sun by Zerospace, Beneath the Furnaces and the Starry Wheels by Emily Suzanne Shapiro, Douglas Benford, Keisuke Matsui and Graham MacKeachan. My Life in Hackney Part 2 by Mary Lemley. Amnesia and Memory by Monte Gallego. A recording of Harmageddon from the 9th of July 2020. Balloon and Guitar String by Matt Atkins. Wine Glass and Watering Can by Matt Atkins. A recording of Second Set by Alex Ward and Steve Noble from the 20th of April 2025. Full Moon Spell by Monte Gallego. Regeneration by Dirk Series. And A Red Mark on the Spare Ground by Dokanobo. You've also been hearing interviews with Aziz Nassar, Monse Gallego, Graham MacKeachan, Steve Noble and Jim. Thanks for listening and go visit 100 Years Gallery in Hoxton.